Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, the smoldering Micah, for some fucking weird-ass reason.
I have a light shining in my face. That's why it's like, you know, this is about as like close as I can get my eyes without it being racist. So that's
fair enough. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. And Terrence.
What was that?
All right, so we are back. Plenty to talk about this week. Actually, some pretty big news. So we'll jump right in. All of us have watched the first 3 episodes of the new season of Atlanta. The last season, also. I'll go first. So far, so good. Especially episode 2, which I will definitely leave to the two of you to talk more about. But yeah, look, I think this show, if you haven't seen Atlanta, do yourself a favor. Like it's very rare to see good surrealism on television and it be, 1, based in Atlanta of all places, and 2, starring black folks and like just solely dealing with black issues. I think it's really interesting. I've said that throughout this entire series. I'm just kind of bummed this is the last season, to be honest. So, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, so far, so good. That's pretty much all I got. Episode 2.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Like we said last week, man, episode 2 is probably my favorite episode of the entire series. And yeah, I stand by that. Judging by episode 3, yeah, it's still episode 2. It's still episode 2. Like episode 2, quite frankly, is going to be a tough act to follow.
Well, the thing about episode 2 is like it's just straightforward. There isn't a lot of subtext to that one. It's just this is what it is. Episode 3, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're getting at, except for there's like A story and a B story. The A story makes perfect sense. B story is just some surrealist nonsense that I just did not understand.
Yeah,
smarter people, please let us know because I didn't get it. I just did not understand it.
Yeah, that was one I was like, I'm not sure this is hitting exactly how they intend it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I actually liked the sort of wackiness of episode 1 as well. Like, I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, the 3rd episode, I was like, that's fine. But I watched it like episode 1, 2, and 3 like back to back to back. So it's really hard to watch episode 3 and be like, I just watched a fantastic episode where, you know, in fairness, like there's some great twists and turns in that episode, but Donald Glover's performance in that episode was really fucking good. Like the issues, like the moments with the therapist, I thought were really awesome. Like they were really, really, really impressive. So again, I'm just pissed that this is the last season, but they're all doing so well. They got other shit to do. I get it.
So I also watched the show that I forgot to put up here because I didn't think either of you would watch it. I know one of you isn't going to watch it, and I have a pretty good feeling that the other one is not going to watch it. But I'll talk about it anyway. It's called Bad Sisters. Mm-hmm. It's on AppleTV Plus. It's basically about these 4 or 5 sisters.
Before you continue, is it supposed to be a comedy?
It stars a couple comedians.
I'm just asking,
but it is a dark drama with comedic elements.
Okay. So what's the premise?
I'm not going to say because you're not going to don't turn it on and be like, all right, make me laugh.
All I know is when I googled Bad Sisters, it had a little phrase underneath that said comedy series.
Nah.
That's what I'm looking at.
That's what I'm looking at.
Like, yeah. Okay. Also, take a look at the 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Take a look at that. Also.
All right.
Bad judgment.
How many fans said it though? 6.
Who's in it? Let's see.
No, look.
Whoa, yeah, whoa, buddy, whoa, on that Rotten Tomatoes link. He tried to clean this shit up before I saw it.
Nah. See, look.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you explain.
Your pretentious ass will never ever go by the average audience score. You go by the critic score.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Critic.
Yeah, fuck the rabble. I'm not listening to them. Gross.
And the average score is 100%.
Okay. For the critics.
Yeah, for the critics.
What's the rabble say there, Micah? What's the rabble say?
I mean, the rabble who don't know what they're talking about, that scores a 58. That scores a 58, but like that's neither here nor there. They don't know what they're talking about.
I'm looking at the critics. I don't see a single black face on these critics.
Well, you're probably not, because it's a remake. It's an English remake of an Irish TV show.
Oh, okay. This is white as fuck. All right, got
it. Yeah, it's super white, right? And it stars a bunch of women. So one of you ain't watching it.
Yeah,
that's big.
Something else that stars a bunch of women that's got a bunch of nothing but white women in it. I saw the latest episode today. Yo, She-Hulk is not funny, yo.
This was not a strong episode. I would agree with you. This is not a strong episode. It was not.
It's not.
So, Bad Sisters, the Garvey sisters are bound together by a premature death of their parents, and they promised they made to always protect one another. Okay.
So look, it's basically these sisters are promised to take care of one another, right? One of the sisters is in a relationship with a fucking asshole. Like he's the worst type of dude on the planet, right? He's very emotionally manipulative and physically abusive, but the sister is, she's got low self-esteem and she's stuck in this relationship. And all of a sudden, this dude dies. And these people, the insurance people, are like, this seems kind of fishy. Let's kind of investigate. And at the end of the first episode, four of the sisters are like, hey, we can't let our fifth sister know what happened. And like, that's the end of the episode.
Okay.
So
that's an
it is
intriguing
heavily
premise.
implied. It is a very intriguing premise. It stars Sharon Horgan, who it was in the show that I liked called Catastrophe, which I thought was really good. So because she's in it, I'm giving it a shot. First episode, I've only seen one episode so far, so good. Are
they 30-minute episodes or an hour?
Nah, they're like 48 minutes,
okay.
48 to 60 minutes. So, I mean, we could talk about She-Hulk real quick because
go ahead. Y'all talk about She-Hulk. What do you think about it?
Thoughts? Look, I think this is not a good episode, or not a strong episode. Look, I did like some of the parts of it. Like I did like the sort of the group circle conversation. Like I thought those were kind of funny and silly. It's not a strong episode. I think what it feels to me is like they're spinning their wheels to get you to Daredevil. Like that's what it feels like to me. I'm like, this is a classic filler episode. And I'm kind of like, all right, let's.
But isn't that fucked up?
It is fucked up. I agree.
Considering what this show is all about, if they're spinning their wheels to get to a male character,
yes, I agree with you.
Right. That's the thing, though. I don't think they're spinning their wheels to get to Daredevil. I think this show is exactly what it was billed as. Right. This show was billed as a 30-minute comedy in the style of Ally McBeal.
Yeah, it's a screwball comedy.
That is exactly what this show is. So for people who are kind of like, when's Daredevil coming? Like, yo, first of all, it's just going to be a cameo.
Second of all, not going to be that much. Yeah.
Daredevil is not going to impact Daredevil's show at all. Like, this isn't going to be a lead-in to Daredevil Born Again. It's just going to be Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock is going to have just as much of an effect on this as he did in Spider-Man No Way Home. So if you are waiting for Daredevil, stop watching.
So here,
just wait for the regular show.
Here's where I would disagree with you. I think all of that is correct except for one part of it. I think he is going to have an impact, and I think that the impact is it is small, but I think it's important. My guess is up until now, she doesn't want to be a fucking superhero. Like she just doesn't. That's her whole thing. Like all right, I'll punch a guy who's like a dude's being an asshole or whatever, but I don't want to be, she's a reluctant fucking hero. His entire premise of you do what the law says, and when the law doesn't work, you do what you got to do after work kind of thing. That's what he will instill in her. And be like, you do what you can, but if you can't do this, you use your superpowers to do, sort of extracurricular kind of things. That will be his impact on that show, and that's it.
So if the law doesn't work, you become a criminal vigilante.
Yes, because that's what he is. He just beats the brakes off of everybody when it gets nighttime. And I think that's literally why he's there. And also, like, they're both lawyers, right? And so you gotta bring in the dude from Suits or whatever to do a cameo. So I think that's it. But this episode definitely felt like it was spinning its wheels. But again, you're right. And I've been saying this for weeks. Like, it's a screwball comedy. Like, Ally McBeal had a dancing digital baby on it. Like, it was ridiculous, right? And I think this is kind of in line with that. But this is definitely a weaker episode. I would not disagree with at all. So, all right, I'll give Bad Sisters a try.
I just don't know what people were expecting with She-Hulk.
I was expecting to laugh. That's what I was expecting.
Were you expecting to laugh, or was it? Or was it? I'm expecting you to make me laugh.
I think it's a little bit about that.
It's probably a little from column A, a little from column B. Like, my thing is, I love to laugh. I do. Like, comedy is my favorite. Is like my favorite form of entertainment. And like, when it doesn't work, I get mad. Like, I'm like, yo, come on. Yeah.
I assume that Terrence watched
Daredevil. Like, I don't care about Daredevil showing up. I just want to be entertained.
That's fair.
And like, this is just not working. And again, comedy is subjective, but like, I don't think these writers are funny.
Yeah, look, I would say you could definitely do this and make, like, with this same premise and make it much funnier. Like, I do think the writing feels very like ABC comedy. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of feels like very regular television comedy where it could have been bumped up a little bit and had a little bit more edge to it and stuff like that. But again, neither did Ally McBeal. So, that's kind of what you do.
This isn't like, look, I'm not.
It's not aimed at us.
Begrudging you.
It's not aimed at us.
It's not aimed at us. It's like that Superman meme. Where is it? Where's the joke? Right? Because it's not aimed at us.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, like, it's not like I don't understand the jokes because they're not that intelligent to not understand them. I'm just like,
right.
That shit's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing when the dude shows up and then she goes, last time on, blah, 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 and she explains who the dude was when he pulls up. I'm like,
yeah, that's a very Ally McBeal thing. Like that.
It's a very She-Hulk thing, also. Right?
Yeah,
like, She-Hulk is the character that just like breaks fourth walls.
She breaks the fourth wall. Yeah, you can do that in a funny way because I've seen it done.
Yeah, look. But if this show was
more on that later.
If this show was more like Fleabag, I think you would really.
Yeah.
Really
have you watched that show?
Because Fleabag.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
You should watch that show.
All right. Look.
There's your homework.
For real, yo, like you like to laugh, and you have a sense of humor that's not like, premium blend Paula Poundstone. Wait, don't tell me, right? You should watch Fleabag.
You should. It's on Amazon. You should watch Fleabag.
Shit, I might rewatch it. I love that show.
Yeah, it's very, very good. And it's got some moments that are just like like you can't help but laugh because the shit she doesn't, like, the character doesn't have a name. Her name is Fleabag. That's the character's name, and she's just kind of a piece of shit. She just kind of is, and she just kind of goes through life and just kind of does whatever the fuck she wants. But yeah, I think you would actually really dig it. I think you really would. They should have hired her. She would have been a really good person to punch up that script. I forget the woman's name.
I also checked out A Jazz Man's Blues. Anyway, look, I'm not gonna.
Don't give it away.
All I'll say is, it's Tyler Perry's best movie. Anyone that was interested in watching it, check it out.
Okay,
it's not terrible. That's it. That's all I got. I finished it. I finished the entire thing in one sitting.
Okay.
That's it. To the end. You should check it out, Mike.
Well, you can do the rundown there.
I look. I'll be happy to, but your ass is gonna be on that episode. Don't try to get sick of some bullshit. Oh, cough, nigga. I can't make it. Nah, fuck that. Yes, you can. You can be there.
Yo, she didn't finish it. Yo. Like
your wife didn't even finish that shit. That's
my wife didn't finish it, yo.
It's fucked up. Support black.
Oh man,
black movies. All right, let's move into topics this week.
First up, what is this? So there's going to be another streaming service. Apparently there's a streaming channel called Epix.
Yeah.
EPIX. And it's changing to MGM Plus because no one has an original thought in their fucking head anymore.
Yeah, they really don't.
MGM is one of the most iconic and beloved brands from the golden age of television, says Michael Wright, head of MGM Plus. This rebrand is a promise to existing and new viewers that MGM Plus is the place to find television that whatever, yo. The rebrand will kick off on January 15th. Just in time for the return of the third season of Godfather of Harlem. Something that JP has been asking us to review, even though he knows good and hell well we do not review television shows on black cinema.
It's too much, dude. We can't watch that many things.
I can't watch all that TV. We can't, like, how do we do it? Do we review each episode? Do we review a season? That's too much in one go, right? Yeah, it's just too much, man. But I will tell you that I will check it out, even though I am lying through my teeth.
I want to watch it. I don't have any time.
I've seen about 4 or 5 episodes. It's good. It is good.
I've heard it's very good. Good.
That's what's for Forrest Whitaker, right?
Forrest Whitaker's playing Bumpy Johnson, I believe.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Other originals that are part of the Epix slate include Billy the Kid from the Vikings creator Michael Hurst, sci-fi thriller From, and dramas Rogue Heroes and Belgravia. Look, cool. Are you does anybody care about this?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
no, I don't. I know. I can't wait to see Belgravia. I don't even know what that is.
I saw Godfather of Harlem on fucking Amazon. Hulu.
Oh shit, it's on Hulu? Okay. Then I might actually have time to actually watch it. Yeah, I don't. Okay, that's cool. I mean, good for them. How much does this cost?
Epix.
Oh, I don't know, and I don't care. Like, I didn't finish the story, like, because I'm not getting it. Like, because there's nothing that I would want to watch. I own all the James Bond movies. Like, why would I want to?
Oh, it's only $6 a month. There you go.
Cool. No, that feels like it's way too much.
It should be
for MGM Plus.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we have great movies like Platoon. Yeah, dude, I saw it like 3,000 years ago. Like, I don't need.
You could probably find Platoon on YouTube, yo. Like,
I feel like Platoon is on Tubi.
It probably is. Like, it can't be a hard movie to stream. Like, I find that. I find that to just be impossible.
Oh, it's not on anything streaming. That's odd.
You can get it.
You know why? Because everyone has fucking seen it. That's why.
Yeah, Platoon is mad old, yo. Came out in 1986, for God's sake. I was 6 years old at the time. And Tiara wasn't even thought about. Come on, knock it off. All right, next up.
Everyone's favorite unnaturally tall, weirdly jacked CIA analyst, Jack Ryan, is getting a season 3 release date.
Oh, yes.
It's been 3 years since
has it?
Yeah, like you don't really think about it until someone kind of lays it out there for you. Prime Video announced
right before the pandemic started.
Prime Video announced Jack Ryan will return for season 3 on December 21st. Season 3 consists of 8 episodes with John Krasinski as the title character. He is on the run and in a race against time, according to the official logline. Jack is wrongfully implicated in a larger conspiracy and suddenly finds himself a fugitive out in the cold, now wanted by both the CIA and international rogue faction that he has uncovered. Jack is forced underground, crisscrossing Europe, trying to stay alive while preventing a massive global conflict. All right. Look, this Jack Ryan series is great. I wish that Michael B. Jordan movie was half as decent as this.
Yo, I was so disappointed in that fucking movie, man.
It was pretty upsetting, without remorse.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I had a lot of remorse after watching that. Yo, it could have fit perfectly into this universe too, like perfectly.
Yeah, I think it still is. Like, I think aren't they still trying to do it, right? Like they kind of, at the end of that movie, they kind of teased Rainbow.
Yeah, because Michael Pena is going to be in this season, and he's playing a major character in the Rainbow Six team. So I mean, it's it's all a part of the Ryan verse or whatever, right? So the thing that sucks is this show is only going 4 seasons. And then they're ending it, but Michael Pena's character is getting a spinoff. So I think the spinoff is likely just going to be Rainbow Six. So,
all right,
works for me, man.
Yeah,
but it's just kind of a bummer because I really like Jack Ryan. Like, I think that show is incredibly good. But if whatever Rainbow Six or whatever the Michael Pena spinoff is, if it's as good, all right, that's cool. Can we just keep Wendell Pierce in it? Like, can he just move to that show? Because he's fucking awesome on Jack Ryan. Like, I almost got kind of bummed when I thought he was not going to be in season 2.
Can we just make Wendell Pierce Michael B. Jordan's character?
I'm fine with it. So that's a wild change. I mean,
it's a wild change, but like I feel like it's quite the step up in terms of performance.
It can't be worse. But the funny thing is, Without Remorse wasn't even his fault. Like, the script sucked. It wasn't even Michael B. Jordan's fault. The script was just not very good.
The script was bad, but he didn't elevate it.
No, he didn't. That's true. And the ending was fucking terrible. I want to go underwater in this car. Okay. That's the end of it. Okay. Like, come on, man. God damn. Try. Yeah, that sucked. Anyway, next up.
Not much to this story. Armor Wars was a series. Now it's being developed as a movie.
Okay. That's kind of a big fucking story.
Head writer of the series will remain as the writer for the movie. That's all the Hollywood Reporter is saying right now. Because this news is, breaking. So, all right. I mean, look, these series are pretty much long form movies anyway. I think this is a positive because these series, sometimes they feel a little bloated. That's what happens when you have like a 5.5, 6 hour movie. Some of the things are bloated, and sometimes the endings, most of the time the endings, they don't really land. Right. So hopefully this being developed into a feature will kind of rectify that problem.
Yeah.
And you know what?
2024? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
let me ask you a question. Go ahead, finish your point.
No, I want to see Don Cheadle in on the big screen. I want that guy to be in more movies. Like he's been like a TV guy for. I feel like Don Cheadle has been like a prestige TV guy, but he needs to be like an A-list superstar to me.
Yeah, I mean he's
80s.
Yeah, I mean he's a phenomenal actor. Like he
really is.
He really is. I mean, you want to talk about a fucking step up from Terrence Howard, Like, people are like, I like Terrence Howard. I'm like, No.
Right.
No
and Don
thanks.
and Don Cheadle was a golden lord at one time. Like
Right.
he fucking lapped his ass.
Yeah, he really fucking did. But all right, let me ask you a question. Is like, okay, you mentioned that, a lot of these Disney Plus series don't stick the landing on the finales. Which ones do you think did stick the landing? I mean, I think we can all agree Falcon and the Winter Soldier did not.
No, it didn't. I think Loki, I was satisfied with how Loki ended, but probably because I knew there was a season 2 coming. What else? I don't necessarily think
You think
WandaVision was adequate. It was like the denouement was fine, but like the climactic ending just felt like, oh, okay, well now we're just like, oh yeah, this is a superhero movie, right? Like this is two people fighting in the sky, shooting beams at each other and shit. I did like that the two visions had like a debate off, right? Like they fought
fucking nerds.
They fought with words and headlocks for some strange reason.
Got you, nigga. What about that shit? Damn, you got me, dog. You right.
I mean, I feel like Debate Club should institute that as a new rule, right? Like you gotta, in order to make your point, you gotta put the other person in a headlock and then force them to hear what you got to say. What other shows were there?
I think Miss Marvel stuck the landing. That felt like it stuck.
Miss Marvel was good. Miss Marvel was
one of my favorite fucking series.
Yeah, I felt like that really stuck the landing. Maybe She-Hulk will stick the landing. Ironically, like it'll be like, wow, what an ending.
Is there 2 episodes left?
Yeah, probably not, but maybe.
Highly unlikely.
Moon Knight, no. Look,
Moon Knight did not stick.
Moon Knight.
I liked large parts of Moon Knight, but it definitely did not stick the landing. Not to me.
Hawkeye. I mean, Hawkeye was fine. Hawkeye felt like a distraction, right? Like
I thought that stuck the landing.
I think it was because it was set in Christmas time. Like it just, I don't know. Christmas shit don't. It's fine. It's fine. But it's not like, oh man, I gotta rewatch Hawkeye. Like I would rewatch WandaVision. I would rewatch Ms. Marvel. I would rewatch Loki. The rest of them, I probably wouldn't.
That's funny. Hawkeye would be one I would rewatch. I actually really had fun with that show. I thought that was like from a comedy perspective. I thought that was probably one of their best sort of comedy, like buddy comedy shows. And then I thought that one did stick the landing. I wish Falcon and the Winter Soldier fully stuck the landing. It didn't from an action perspective. Like it nailed it from like an emotional perspective. Like. Because black, like that part stuck for me. I was like, why? What is this emotion that I feel right now? Like that stuck the landing for me. But it is really hard. I don't know why it's so difficult for them to do that because like they don't seem to have that problem really in the movies at all. So I'm happy that this is getting bumped up to a movie. My guess is this is why they did not announce anything about it during D23. But okay, that's cool, man. Like I agree with you. I think Cheadle deserves a bigger platform. I think he could really tear it up too. So that's good. Good for him. Next up.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. There was a bit. Okay, never mind. Next up, Blade loses its director. The director Bassem Tariq has departed the picture. At least from the director's chair, he's still supposed to be producing. Apparently, filming was supposed to begin next month.
Really? Jeez.
What?
Yeah, that's why this is a big deal. So this isn't the first time that a director has dropped out of a Marvel project. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness lost its original director, and then Sam Raimi hopped on board, but he had 4 or 5 months to kind of put his touches on the film.
Right.
Edgar Wright was supposed to do Ant-Man, but he dropped out. So this isn't the first time, but it is the first time that it's happened so close to when filming was, scheduled to start. And apparently Mahershala Ali reports are saying he is frustrated with the production. There are people reporting that Kevin Feige is they feel like Kevin Feige is spread a little too thin.
I would say that's probably true. That part's true.
Yeah. And he doesn't. Yeah. So I assume that we're probably going to get Blade to be pushed back a bit.
Yeah. So the Kevin Feige being spread too thin, that feels probably accurate reporting. My guess is adding all of these shows is a lot. Like, that's a lot of people to manage. Like, that's a lot of, you got that many more showrunners. You have that many, like, episode by episodes coming out, like, distribution and all that other type of shit. I could imagine that's a lot. I think that Kevin Feige needs to be able, and I don't know that he doesn't, but I've never heard that he does. Like, he needs a mini Kevin Feige to just do the TV shit and just concentrate on the movies, right? Like, those guys talk and keep everything, connected and working. But like, you need a little mini you to just do the television, because I can't imagine that's easy to keep up with all the production for all of those television shows. And they come out at a clip too. So it's not like you got like one come out every 6 months or something. I mean, they're like almost back to back at this point. So yeah, I think that's probably true. Or don't do that and just kind of scale back the amount of movies and TV shows you're putting out every year, which may need to happen because frankly, like, I know they have big plans, but like, it's a lot. And you might already be oversaturating the market at this point. So, especially with whatever's going on with DC as they're trying to ramp up all their shit too. So, I don't know. But that's the only reporting around it that sounds like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know anything about whether I've only really seen one place that's talking about Mahershala Ali being disappointed with the script. I don't know how true that is. I mean, we know people make up shit for clicks all the time. So who knows how true that is. But him being spread thin, I could totally understand that being true. So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I hope this movie ends up being good. Especially because, like, I hope it's good, but I hope it's good to shut people up who like only care about Blade because like Wesley Snipes was Blade and like that was the first comic book movie.
Right.
And look, I get it, right? Like, I like Blade. I like the first Blade, right? I like the first Blade.
The first Blade was great.
Second one, I can leave both of the sequels.
Visual effects were something to be desired.
Yeah. Blade looked like Rubber Band Man.
Third one wasn't. I just didn't give a fuck. But that's fine.
Yeah, third one was a fucking piece of garbage.
Triple
H in it, right?
Yeah.
He had like vampire dentures.
Like, it had fat face Triple H before he got the beard to hide all that extra face. This Triple H. Vampire Pomeranian in that movie. Man.
Yeah, no.
That movie was trashy, man. That movie was trashy. Like, that movie felt like a C-list, like, trashy ass movie, like to the point where you saw like Wesley Snipes just fucking mad at that movie. I remember one scene in that third movie with Ryan Reynolds and what's her name?
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel. Like they were wearing like their hip cool shit, and Blade is wearing like his Blade shit, and he was just looking at them like, "What is this? You think that's tactical?" And I'm just like, God damn, nigga, like you saying that shit with a little bit of like venom. You ain't that great of an actor. You're a great actor. You ain't that great. Like you sound like
he hated that motherfuckers, yo. He hated them. He was not pleased.
Like, was he contractually obligated to do that, or
yes?
What?
Yes.
He was? Oh.
Dude, they CGI'd his eyes open in one scene because he refused to open his eyes at one point. CGI.
Kind of petty ass shit is that?
Like, nah, I'm not doing this.
That ain't even petty. That's petulant, yo.
Like a fucking child, man. Like literally. Yeah, Blade Trinity. Oof. Where is the cast today? Well, Wesley Snipes. I don't know what he's doing. Ryan Reynolds decided to take on another character and fucking crushed it. So, and that other guy is fucking Heat Wave on Legends of Tomorrow. Good job.
Yeah, that guy was Dracula. And that guy was Dracula. Dude. Like, does that not seem kind of odd?
Yo, like Parker Posey was in that movie, yo. Like, that's so weird to me. Parker Posey was in that movie. Yeah, all right. Look, I just make it good. Just make it good. I don't doubt that they will. I'm just nail it. I just really look. If it's bad and Mahershala Ali is bad in it, then like that's a problem. That's a script problem because that's definitely not an actor problem. Like that guy is way too good to be in some bullshit. Like he wanted to play Blade. All right, don't bring it up. That's not his fault. He won an Oscar for that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Leave that man
alone.
That's
offensive. First of all, that's offensive.
Leave him alone.
It's very offensive that he won an Oscar for that movie.
He was very good in it. He was very good in it. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Nah, he was.
If anyone was going to should have won an Oscar, it should have been Viggo Mortensen because he completely changed his entire being. For that.
No, that's who he really is. He was an actor.
Maybe. Who knows?
He's taught many black people how to eat fried chicken. many.
Yo, that movie makes my fucking blood. I hate that fucking movie. I hate it. Yo, I can't stand that.
One of my favorites. You never eaten fried chicken before? Let me show you.
What's the matter with you, huh?
Hey, Tony Lip. Holy shit.
Why the fuck did that movie win Best Movie, yo?
It deserved it.
That's some Tubi shit right there.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, it's white people. That movie deserved to be on Tubi. It probably is.
It probably is. Next up, actor Bruce Willis, or former actor Bruce Willis, becomes the first celebrity to sell rights to deepfake him in film. What do you guys think of this? You cool with it? Set a bad precedent.
If he's fine with it, then sure, that's fine. If he's fine with it, don't just go doing it, right? Like, don't do it with dead people because they can't consent.
Right.
Yeah, they did that with Bourdain.
They did?
Yeah, in that documentary Roadrunner, like they deep faked his voice. They used machine learning to add some like dialogue and shit from him that's not that he didn't do. Which is fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like Anthony Bourdain would not have been cool with that.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here. He would not like that. Look. I've seen a couple of his later movies. I get it. Is he going to get? I guess he's getting paid for them whenever he's getting paid whenever they deepfake him.
Yeah,
because he just sold the rights. How much is that in a lump sum? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, actually, I think you're probably right. I think it's probably my guess is he probably gets paid a amount of, or his family gets paid a certain amount of money every time they do it. Right, like. Not a lump sum in the beginning.
I guess that, like, again, if he's cool with it, that's fine, because he can't act anymore. He just can't. And it's sad, but if they do it and it looks fine and it works well, I guess. But can you really say you have Bruce Willis in your movie?
Right. It's
like fucking strange.
Like, why would you do it? Like, I mean, no offense,
to say that you have Bruce Willis in your movie, even though you don't. Like, people will initially be like, "Oh, I got to see this," right? Like,
for the novelty of it, yeah. But then if you keep doing it, it's like, well, what are you going to have him doing? Is it just going to be
Well,
That's
I
my
get.
problem.
Well, I guess.
I mean, okay, so I get the novelty in the beginning. That makes total sense why people would be like on that. But my question is Bruce Willis really a draw as an actor anymore? Like that you'd be like, "Oh, we got Bruce." Like if you said, "Oh shit, we're deep faking," I don't know, like let's say like something tragic happened and it's like we're going to deep fake fucking Meryl Streep or The Rock, right? Like a big fucking name, and they had the rights to that person. Like that would make sense. People would be like, "Holy shit!" Like The Rock's a huge actor, right? So it would make sense why people would want to pay that. But this point in Bruce Willis's career, like who's paying to put a deep fake Bruce Willis in their movie? Like besides just doing it for the novelty, that feels, I don't know, it just feels weird. Like unless you want to do another Expendables movie or something weird like that.
You're assuming that this Phantom movie he's going to be the star in. No, I don't think they would use that for this. I think they would use it for like they did in Rogue One, to deep fake Tarkin into a couple scenes. Too many scenes in that movie, but just to kind of have like they're not gonna do another Die Hard. You know what I mean?
That's what I want. I want an all CGI Bruce Willis in Die Hard 6 or whatever, 7, whatever.
That would be fucking insane.
Yeah,
we'll just have because the last one it was him and his son, right?
Yeah, that was Die Hard 5.
Yeah, you hated that movie. Yeah,
that movie fucking sucked.
Nah, I thought it was great.
It was offensive. Yeah, like no, you can't do another Die Hard. And he's not a draw anymore because every movie, like the last 10 movies he's been in, which has been like 10 in the last year, he's in a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah.
Have all been like basically under the same production company. This one guy keeps hiring them. And they're all terrible.
They're all really bad.
And it's just like C-list actors that he's in there with. I mean, I guess if you put him in with like some A-list actors and just CGI him there in like a couple of scenes, still it's kind of like people just want to see what it looks like.
Like I could see,
then after that, it's like, okay, well, that's something,
right? I could see like them doing Expendables 5 or whatever. I think they're working on. Like he's in that universe. Like if you just want to have a moment where it's like he shows up again, and though he's not acting anymore, yeah, you could do it, and you get a little bit more lively Bruce Willis, more lively than he's been in movies over the last like decade. I could see that, like as a cameo, sure, but it does feel really exploitive. Like it does feel fucked up. So I don't know, but it's his prerogative, and if this can help fund money that he's going to need for his medical care, I get it. I totally understand.
There's a video in this story titled "Deepfake Technology Puts Bruce Willis in a Russian TV Ad."
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good, man. like it looks really good. Like the ad is only 2 minutes or whatever. But
if you have that, send that link over. I'd like to see that.
It's in the story that you linked at the bottom.
Oh, at the very bottom? Okay.
Yeah. And it looks good, man. Like it does. It looks good to the point where like if it's like you said, if it's only a cameo, right? And I think that's what they would use this for, because you dip into uncanny valley territory when you have stuff on that's too long, right? Like like the eye notices shit, right?
Yeah.
But if it's just a cameo, couple of quick scenes, and I don't think they would lead the marketing with that, right? Like, and deep fake Bruce Willis as John McClane, right? Like, no, they're not going to do that, right? If anything, it'll be just like a little surprise or something. But
yeah, you know what? That ain't bad. That actually looks pretty good. That does look good. Nah, fuck that. I want Die Hard 5 with Bruce Willis, or Die Hard 6. CGI Bruce Willis.
It looks a little off. I'm looking at it now.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, but like if you give it a little bit more time, because what it does, it goes through millions of pictures of his face.
Yeah,
and if you let it render long enough, like they could fix that. I guess. Like it just feels strange.
Well, I saw somebody did a clip. It's been going around like on Instagram and stuff like that. It's from, I think it's from Raw. What's the Eddie Murphy stand-up? He's wearing the blue leather. Is it? That's not Raw. Raw is red, right? I can't remember which other one.
Delirious.
Delirious. Yeah, I think it's Delirious, and he's talking about like how Bill Cosby was like, oh, your jokes are too dirty, and he goes, yeah, I called Richard Pryor, and then he does a Richard Pryor impression, and they deep faked Richard Pryor's face over Eddie Murphy as he's doing the impression of him, and it's like pretty seamless how they switch back and forth. It looks pretty good. Like it's weird because it's like Richard Pryor's face with like Eddie Murphy's hair because like they just do the face,
just the face.
But it's pretty well done. It's like just some person just did that on a home computer. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have the technology that access to this shit. So
Raw is the blue suit in case
Raw is
anybody tries to come for us. Raw is the blue suit.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I don't know or care. It's fine. Like it's been a million years since I've seen it. So yeah, but I mean you can do it. Okay. Like I'm glad they at least have his permission. Like at the end of the day. Cool. So don't
I say no filth, foreign filth. I'm offended that you called me. Fuck you. That's a funny fucking joke, man. I tell him to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. That stand up does not hold up.
No,
have you watched it recently? No,
I haven't seen those in probably.
It doesn't really hold up.
Like years.
There are certain jokes that do hold up, but the entirety of both of those, they don't really hold up.
No, of course not.
First of all, they're incredibly offensive.
Oh yeah, no. By today's standards, knock it off.
You'd be like, God damn.
Yeah, no.
With today's sensibility, like, wow, they would like try to send that nigga to prison.
Yeah, no, you can't.
He was saying in those, and then like it's just this. I was like, wow, this is. Yeesh.
Yeah, sometimes it can be, and it's also older jokes can come off a little corny too, because you've heard.
But you know what is really funny? Fucking Eddie Murphy on the Sunset Strip still holds up. Fucking funny as hell.
You mean Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip?
I mean Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip. Sorry,
I've heard clips. I've heard or watched clips of that maybe 10 years ago, and it was still pretty goddamn funny. Like it still was good with the red suit on. Next up, in a similar fashion, James Earl Jones once signed on to voice Darth Vader for $7,000. Now he's retiring the voice and handing it to artificial intelligence. So yeah, he's signed it over so that they can basically digitally remake his voice to use Vader in future projects. Lucasfilms can.
I mean, if it sounds fine, whatever.
Yeah,
you've heard it.
He's
you've heard it if you watched Obi-Wan.
Right?
Yeah, they used this technology in Obi-Wan, and it sounded amazing.
Yeah, they use his voice and other dude's voice to kind of like smash it together. Hayden Christensen,
right? In that one scene, which was very cool. Apparently, they did that in the animated series as well, Clone Wars. But yeah, I thought that was actually a really cool moment. But yeah, it sounded fine. Like because in the beginning of that, when he started talking, I was like, I immediately Googled. I was like, who the fuck is doing Vader's voice in this series? It was like, oh yeah, it's actually James Earl Jones. Like, all right, cool.
Right, because we've heard James Earl Jones' voice as Vader like without assistance.
45 years.
Well, no,
he's getting old. He's getting old.
Yeah, like he's like his voice. He's 91, right? Like he's allowed to not sound like he did 50 years ago.
Right.
But yeah, I heard that, I remember that, and then I heard him in Obi-Wan. I'm like, come on now, like what is going on here?
You sound a little too fresh.
Yeah, and they've already used this technology. It fooled the shit out of everybody. So yeah, look, it's the end of an era. The man went from having a severe stutter to being one of the most iconic voices that you have ever heard.
Yep.
Don't call him a coon. And and look,
wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know anything about that?
Yeah. People.
Oh, that story. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Go to hell. Like, don't.
What were you doing? What were you doing? What was your grandfather doing at the time? Sitting at home, watching on TV, going like, "That's fucked up." Shut up. You wasn't doing shit either. Knock it off.
He's beating these niggas like hotcakes.
I ain't going outside. Everybody act like they were in the civil rights movement. No, the fuck you weren't. Shut up.
Y'all be on Twitter all day, so like you wouldn't be outside. Shut the fuck up.
Like
I wouldn't.
Look, there's shit going on right now, and people are like, "Woo, they burning down the Target down the street, y'all. I ain't going out there." Like, shut up, yo. You ain't doing nothing. Knock it off.
Like, that's fucked up. Swipe up. Like, all right. God damn. Won't even turn the sound on. Won't even turn the sound on. Just
look at this Jeffrey Dahmer meme.
Right. Just sitting there watching Now This silently. Right? Like,
retweet if you're offended. Like, all right, knock it off. Yeah, but look, again, if he's getting paid and it's licensed, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. But yeah, that is wild. It is wild. But like, it's hard to imagine somebody else doing that voice because you're gonna know the say. Like, if somebody else can, you can do an impression of Vader, but you know that James Earl Jones, like that tone in which he presents. Like, I've seen we've all seen like the videos of like Vader at fucking Disney World or whatever, right? And it's just an actor doing it. It's like, that's cool. That's not him. Like, you can tell immediately, like, that's good, but that's not him. So
yeah, like there's one actor who there's one voice actor who did Vader in video games, and that was the closest that I've ever heard it. But you can tell it wasn't him.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It was just there was something about it, like the pitch was slightly off. But that's how iconic his voice is. That's how iconic his voice is, particularly tied to that role. It's so iconic. Melissa Harris Perry thought that Vader was black.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Because like, oh, well, that's James Earl Jones. He's black. There, ergo, Vader is black. But he took his helmet off and you saw that big white head. And nope, he's black.
Nah, they trying to trick us. It's like, what was it from? Was it? Oh fuck. Oh, I forgot the Kevin Smith movie where he has that whole argument. He's like, the black dude is like, yeah, they tried to trick us. Like, the black visage of Vader, the greatest nigga in space. And then at the end, they just wanted us all to be white. He just like flips out. Shit was hilarious. Yeah, so, yeah, look, this makes sense. It makes sense. It's kind of a sad end of an era, but I mean, like you said, the dude is 91 years old. Yeah. How long are you going to be doing this? Yeah.
Speaking of Kevin Smith, before you continue to the next story.
Chasing Amy, by the way. Go ahead.
A month ago, you said to check out Clerks.
Yeah. Did you not like
Clerks?
Yeah, he said you thought I'd like it.
Yeah, I thought maybe you would.
You were incorrect.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was like, I was watching it. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga thinking? Okay. I'm like, yo, this shit ain't funny.
I took a chance.
At all.
I took a chance.
Yeah, you did. And, you failed. I turned it off in like 30 minutes in. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's fair.
I don't think I'm going to watch any of them after that one.
Oh, you've never seen anything else he's ever done?
No, I like Dogma. I like Red State.
Red State is probably my favorite movie.
Fucking nuts. That shit was nuts.
Which one?
Tusk.
No,
Tusk.
No, not a fan. Not a fan.
Not a fan. Wild. I like Red State is really good.
Red State's great.
Dogma I enjoyed. Chasing Amy. No. What else has he done?
Mallrats, Clerks 2, Clerks 3.
Mallrats seems probably too close to Clerks, which I probably wouldn't like.
No, Mallrats is real. Mallrats is like real dumb. Like, you would hate Mallrats. You would hate Mallrats.
I don't like Mallrats at all. Yeah. You don't like toilet humor. There's something called a chocolate covered pretzel in that movie.
Yeah,
you are not gonna.
No, that's not for you.
That already sounds fucking disgusting. I don't like it. I was just like, No. No, like as soon as it turned on, like the music was like obnoxiously loud, and I was already strike one because it was like rock. Like again, I don't like loud shit. I just don't.
It set you in a bad mood. You're like,
yeah, I was like,
turn this down.
It's like I didn't get it.
Jay and
I don't understand his. Yeah.
That I'm not surprised you didn't like.
Yeah.
I figured you would like the surliness of Randall. He feels like
Who was that?
Randall is the guy who works at the video store.
Did I make it to him?
Yeah, you checked out pretty early if you didn't make it to Randall.
Because they were in the didn't somebody try to rob the store or something like that? I mean, you know what? I don't care. I don't remember. I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you didn't make it very far. I think you made it like 8 minutes.
I think it was like 15, 20.
No, the Randall is definitely in it, like within the first like 5 minutes.
Did he? Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, you zoned out. That's fine.
I didn't like it. I'm pretty sure people do love that movie, but like
no, it's a cult classic.
Yeah.
It's a stoner movie, yo.
It don't smoke weed.
Yeah. There you go. Like I'm not a huge Clerks guy. I love Dogma. I think that
which is shocking to me.
No, I love Dogma. Like I'm not, you know me. I don't take religion as seriously as other people do. For some
Dogma
reason.
is not streaming anywhere. Do you guys know that?
Really?
Yeah, it's not streaming on anything.
That's
because I wanted to watch it not that long ago. I was looking for it, and I'm like, it's not streaming on anything. It's crazy.
Wow, it really isn't. Yeah, you can't even rent it. You can't even rent it. What the fuck? Like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and look, when Christians need to come together to silence people,
I mean,
stamp something out.
I mean, certainly making a pretty decent argument for that's exactly what happened. They were like, nowhere. Can we rent it on Apple? No.
No.
Why?
God damn.
They're like, go search the $5 bin at Walmart. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I'm sure you can find it if you look hard enough, but like, yeah, you can't stream it on anything.
That's really weird.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, that's actually very strange. Yeah, Dogma is pretty good.
Explains why Dogma isn't on streaming.
Christians. End of article.
Please tell that company that I'll have nothing to do with it if he's still attached to it. I'll work on Dogma. Anything as long as he has no ties to it. Smith told his lawyers. Smith and his lawyers even reached out about buying back the rights themselves, which we felt very dirty about because we didn't want to give him money. But at the same time, it's like my movie and he's got it. He's holding it hostage. My movie about angels is owned by the devil himself. So
who is he talking about?
Harvey Weinstein?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm looking at the article right now. Wow. But he's in prison. The fuck?
Yeah, and he's not the head of that the company anymore. It's dissolved. That's very weird.
This article was published 10 days ago.
I was going to say, I thought I saw something about him mentioning Harvey Weinstein a couple days ago. So, all right. Well, there you go. You'll never get that movie. Well, I'll say is you wouldn't download a car, would you? Like,
guess what? Harvey Weinstein.
That's
control. They control Hollywood. This is just proof of it.
The puppet masters. This shit is so stupid to me. So fucking dumb. Next up, Warner Brothers cooked HBO Max subscriber numbers, misled shareholders in Discovery merger lawsuit claims. Apparently, they might have lied about as many as 10 million subscribers. Like they were like, nah, we got a bunch. Warner Media is may have lied by as many as 10 million subscribers by including AT&T customers who had received bundled access to HBO Max, but had not signed on to the service. Yeah, That's not fucking cool. That would be like me downloading a game, let's say Subway Surfers, and it installing or downloading episodes of a podcast, and then people counting those episodes of the podcast as their real numbers for their listeners. You fucking pieces of shit. That's a real thing that's happening, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Micah sent me an article. Apparently, podcasters are paying to have their episodes embedded in ads in like games like Subway Surfers and shit. So when you download the game, it automatically downloads an episode of their podcast, and they count that download as an actual download of their show, so they can boost their numbers for advertisers.
Download it to what? One of your fucking podcasts?
Onto your phone.
Yeah, onto one of your podcast apps. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the article had the gall to be like, is this unethical? Yes, it's incredibly unethical. What the fuck?
What kind of question is that?
Yeah, like, why are you asking that? Is this question completely rhetorical? Huh? Like, what the fuck kind of question is that? Oh yeah, guys, we get a 1 million downloads. No, you don't. Subway Surfers gets 1 billion downloads. That's why you're doing well. Shut up. Fucking hate it, man. This fucking industry really pisses me off. Micah sent me this. I was like, are you sending me this in a way of saying like, wow, look what these bastards are doing? Or are you sending me this in a way of like, why aren't we doing this? and he goes,
yes.
A little from column A, a little from column B. So so HBO Max, they were lying. Warner Brothers Discovery was lying. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Again, this is pretty unethical as well. I remember when you bought like a certain iPod, it came downloaded with like all the Beatles music. I don't know if you guys remember that, or all the U2's music. And they were like,
it came out with U2's latest album. And
right. And they were just like, look how many albums we sold. It was like, no, but you didn't. That's not how that works. Like, people were they bought an iPod, and it was like, oh, there you go. They did that. I'm pretty sure they did that with the Beatles as well. It was like their whole catalog. I was like, cool. Now my iPod is full. Thanks. Like, don't do that. Like, it's cool. I'll buy it if I want to. But yeah, this is unacceptable. This is yet another shitty move from the good folks over at WB Discovery. Good job over there, guys. David Zaslav, by the way, came out this week and said, we are not for sale yet.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
not right now.
Yeah, dude.
We are not for sale on September 28th, 2020.
Right, exactly. It's like, what about tomorrow? I can't answer you. Like, come on, dude. You fucking liar. You're definitely going to sell that company. Or you're going to just run it into the ground, I guess. Next up, the biggest story probably this week. Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3 with Ryan Reynolds coming in 2024. Hugh Jackman, who said that he was never going to play the role again. I guess they drove a dump truck full of money up to his house and he was like, you know what? You make a great point. I guess I'll join the MCU. So, thoughts?
How old is Hugh Jackman?
In his 50s. Probably 53. Is my guess. Thereabouts.
Yep, 53. So he'll be 55 when this movie comes out. I mean, I guess he'll take some steroids, do the Marvel diet, be jacked, whatever.
You think he's getting that jacked again? Because he was pretty fucking insane. I feel like in like the Wolverine, he was fucking insanely jacked, dude. He was huge. I don't know he's getting that big again.
No, he's not. They're gonna put him in a suit. Like, they're gonna put him in a suit. They're gonna put him in a full body suit. Maybe something like with your bare arms, right? But like, he ain't getting like that one scene of him just like slouched down like this
and still didn't have any stomach.
His chest and shit. Right, yeah. No, he ain't getting in that type of shape.
So he was
he'll get into the type of shape where it's like, all right, we're about to start rolling. Oh, you are? Okay, let me drop down and do 20 push-ups real quick.
Get a pump. We get a little pump in, And then let's go. I still think he did look. He looked the best in the Wolverine. Like the way he was shot, like he looked stout. Like he didn't look like he was 6'5" or whatever the fuck, however tall he is. He actually looked more like the role. But he was fucking crazy shredded. Like this shit made no sense. Look, I think it's cool that he's gonna do it. I'm very interested to see what this means. Right. I think this has everything to do with like kind of a multiverse sort of situation. My guess is the movie takes place largely in the Fox universe, or maybe half, and then kind of gets shifted over, or maybe even more than that, gets shifted over to the into the MCU. And they just kind of drag Wolverine into it, and it's just like, all right, you're in the MCU now. But that doesn't mean he stays there, and maybe somebody else takes over the role after him. Like whatever the MCU actual Logan is. Now, it could be they could do it a different way. Old Man Logan is like kind of a big thing in the comics right now. They've been running that thing for a while. He could just kind of be like the Old Man Logan, where he's older, he's still a fucking dangerous dude, but like that character is just older, and he's the Wolverine in the MCU. But then there's also like X-23 and stuff like that. They could do that. So I don't know.
They already Ryan Reynolds came out with, Ryan Reynolds has a marketing firm, and they came out with a second video explaining explaining like timeline issues, and he's like, okay, I'm here to answer some of your questions, right? Logan is still a thing. That happened. That took place in 2029. Right. Our movie takes place before that, right? And then he proceeds to talk about what's going on, but then some music plays over it, and it's all drowned out, and you can't hear it. So I don't think he's going to be Old Man Logan. I think this is just going to be like a contemporary like Logan. I don't think he's going to be like. Look, I don't know. This is just a multiversal Logan. Quite frankly, this is Deadpool. Deadpool can kind of do whatever he wants, and then at the end, he can literally just be like, "All right, well, I'm going to go over here now, and I'm going to play with, I don't know."
Do you think this takes place mostly in the MCU, or do you think this takes place in the Fox universe?
I don't think there is a such thing as a Fox universe. I think there are, if you want to give it a designation, this is just like Earth 838, right? Like that had Fox's Patrick Stewart in it, right? Before he got, right? And same thing, right? Like maybe the Fox universe is just Universe 838. And that's all this is. Like if you say it takes place in the Fox universe, like Deadpool barely took place in the Fox universe.
Yeah, right? No, I know. Like
it had cameos from some of the newer versions of the X-Men, but not, Yeah, I don't know. I think we're all overthinking this. I think we're all overthinking a Deadpool movie.
Yeah, like, no, I agree with you. I think he is going to be able to just kind of do what he wants. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point. Now there's talk. Reynolds went on Twitter and he said that there was talk of doing a Deadpool 3 at Fox before they got bought out. And the idea was a road trip movie with Logan and Deadpool that was a Rashomon style movie, right? So basically the same story told from two different perspectives from the two characters, and like it not really lining up, which makes sense, right? Because both of those characters are wildly different in behaviors. I think that's kind of a fun idea, and I think that would be a fun idea to do here. Especially if you're talking like with the multiverse and all this other shit. Like, yeah, why not? That could be kind of cool. Or just have, or just do a kind of an unreliable narrator kind of situation with Deadpool. So, I don't know. I think it could be fun. Or just make it all a fucking fever dream. Right? Like Deadpool wanted this to happen, and then he's like, yeah, my buddy's here. And at the end it's like, nah, yo, none of that should happen. Yeah, you could do that.
I would like them to, I'm just spitballing here. I'm spitballing, right? Like your idea of this taking place in the Fox universe. Okay. And then at the end of the movie, like Deadpool takes a DVD out, right? And it's like, wow, that was a really fun movie. Okay. That's enough of this 20th Century Fox shit. I'm off to the MCU to have like fun or whatever. Right? Like just something like just get silly with it. I want them to get creative. That's my only thing. You got Deadpool, and you're bringing back a beloved Wolverine, right? Like people like Hugh Jackman. The vast majority of people like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Have fun with it. Get creative. Reference those bad movies, right? Like reference the fact that like those two have met. Like Wolverine has a character named Deadpool.
Yeah, you 100%. Well, and it should actually pick up like from them meeting and be like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? Like, fucking put all that shit in there. Who cares? Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, didn't you have eye lasers powers for some strange reason? And your mouth was so shut, and you had Baraka blades. Like that should have fun. I'm looking for them to fucking roast that movie.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds did. Remember, he went and shot himself in all of the movies, like before in his old movies.
He was reading a Green Lantern script and was like, "Well, you finally made it," and then Deadpool shot his ass. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking for them to really just unload on that fucking movie.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Yeah, and be creative.
Yeah, I like it. I think that's cool. I mean, look, I think Hugh Jackman's biggest issue with that role has always been those stories weren't good. It wasn't him. I mean, clearly, because look at Logan. When he was given a chance to really do something interesting, he fucking nailed it. So it's just bad timing. All right. What the fuck brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Let's take it away, Micah. Yes.
Woman hospitalized after dog defecated in her mouth. Quote. It was disgusting.
Where were you? How did that happen to you? Because that's not the dog's fault. That's your fault.
Unless you were sleeping.
A woman reportedly spent 3 days in the hospital after her daughter's chihuahua took a squat and shat in her mouth. The woman told the news service she and the dog Belle were taking their daily nap when Belle suddenly experienced violent diarrhea. For whatever reason, Belle walked over to the woman who had fallen asleep with her mouth open and defecated on her. Okay, I got some questions. I
don't believe you.
One, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're sleeping on the floor? Like
maybe.
Like
China.
Nah, this is Nebraska. Knock it off.
This is a British woman.
Hello,
like, do dogs do that? Do small dogs do that?
No, like, nigga. No, they don't.
Like, no, here's a nice warm spot for me to fucking put my asshole in.
That's not a thing, yo. That's not a thing. That's this woman had her mouth up against a dog's ass. She wanted this. She wanted this.
The woman's name is Amanda Gomo. Gomo promptly woke up and spent the next several hours hurling violently A few days later, she was hospitalized for gastrointestinal infection, one of the several illnesses humans can contract from their dogs, particularly when their dogs poop in their mouth.
Yes, thank you.
It was disgusting. Quote, it was disgusting. I was hurling violently for hours. I just couldn't get that taste out of my mouth. The woman's daughter rushed Belle to the vet and learned that the dog had contracted a stomach bug. The vet prescribed Belle with some antibiotics, and everything appeared to be okay. Oh, great. Isn't that great for the dog?
Right. I love how they rushed the dog to the hospital.
Right, they were like, fuck her.
I'd be like, yo, I need a new esophagus, yo. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Cuomo called an ambulance, but paramedics gave her some painkillers and told her to drink fluids to flush out the infection. 2 days later, the cramps had spread all over her body. So she called an ambulance.
You're an asshole. You're a real asshole.
This time, the paramedics rushed her to a nearby hospital. I was so dehydrated from being sick and having diarrhea that my kidneys had shriveled to half their size.
Jesus
my
Christ.
Discharge note said that I had suffered a gastrointestinal infection caused by a dog defecating in my mouth. I mean,
that's pretty bad, man.
Don't have pets, yo. Don't have pets.
Nah, yo, don't do that. Don't do that. This is not a common situation anywhere. I've owned plenty of dogs. I have never had an issue of a dog shitting in my mouth ever. That has never been a problem. No, thank you. This person wanted it.
People let their dogs kiss them on the mouth. I don't put nothing past dog people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. She wanted this. That's what I'm saying. She wanted this. This was her thing.
Like, if that dog did that and she didn't like invite the dog to do such a thing, I would throw that dog out the fucking window. Like, fuck. Like, nah, you gotta get rid of that motherfucker. Absolutely not. It's not coming back to my house.
Yo. You gotta Ron Burgundy that bitch. You gotta punt it off a fucking bridge.
Nah, yo. And I'm like, no.
Guess what's happening now?
My daughter rushed Belle to the vet and learned the dog. Like, no, that dog is not coming back to the house.
Yeah. No. I rush to the ASPCA to give it away. Knock it off.
No. We doing the world a favor and we eating good tonight. Get the hell out of here. That dog gotta die.
That's insane. That's Terrence, you're up. Let's see if you can beat last week's story, which is pretty horrible.
God damn. A man has been pissing almost daily on the grave of his ex-wife he divorced 48 years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
I appreciate that.
That's a level of spite. You need to go to therapy. I need to go to therapy.
A man has apparently been holding such a grudge against his ex-wife he divorced nearly 5 decades ago that he goes to her grave almost every day just to relieve himself on her grave. Jesus Christ. The shocking news story was recently made public by 43-year-old Michael Murphy, who used hidden cameras to catch the culprit in the act after finding traces of urine in plastic bags with feces whenever he visited his mother's resting place at the cemetery in this place. The captured footage revealed an elderly man visiting the grave almost every day at around 6 a.m. and casually relieving himself on the woman's headstone. Wow.
This somehow feels too disrespectful for Japan. China, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna go China. This is like a 50. This is like an old Chinese man. It's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Nah, this is, you said the name was Michael Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. Nah, Ireland.
I don't know too many Michael Murphys and no. The dude is from New Jersey. This takes place in New York.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
Wow.
That actually makes sense.
Disrespectful as shit.
Perfect sense.
Captured footage. Yeah, that's fucked up. He divorced his woman in 1976. Wow.
What did she do?
Right, that's fucking crazy. This is breaking my heart. Michael wrote on his Facebook page a few days ago, a man from Bergen County, New Jersey, has been leaving bags of poo and pissing on my mother's tombstone almost every morning like a normal routine, assisted by his wife.
By his wife?
Yo, God damn, yo. Both of them? Assisted by his wife also. We have weeks and months of evidence. It has been reported to the police and the news outlets. No one in my family has had contact with him since 1976. Jeez. Michael's mother, Linda Louise Torello, was married for a brief period of time to the man captured on video. But they got is that a still?
Oh, come on. They got video of this nigga? Yo, come on, yo.
She became pregnant and the man did not want responsibility for the child. He has apparently been holding a grudge ever since. How he found our mother's grave site, we are not sure, but this stems back to a problem almost 50 years ago. Yo, just kick his ass. Like, you gotta fuck this nigga up, right?
Yeah, no, you just gotta.
You gotta beat this nigga up. Like, you got proof. Like, if he comes at at 6 o'clock every morning, they just meet him, then beat his ass. The end. Fuck.
This dude is literally pissing on her grave, yo. Like in the HD video, yo. That's wild, yo.
Michael and his sister asked permission from the cemetery administration to install the hidden cameras, hoping to catch the culprit in the act after discovering the traces of urine and bags of feces at their mother's grave almost daily. The captured footage also revealed that the man was almost always accompanied by his current wife, which only makes the deed more insidious. After police said they couldn't take any actions against the man relieving himself on a dead woman's grave on a daily basis, Michael Murphy told reporters that he hoped to just fuck him up.
Yeah, just one time. Like
yo, you catch him, you just hit him with a fucking running clothesline. He's already.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's literally got his dick in his hands.
Right.
You can imagine you just pop up from behind another gravestone and just fucking clothesline.
Just knock his ass out. He ain't coming back.
Like, I'll be here every morning to whoop your ass. Like,
you keep coming, I'm gonna keep knocking you the fuck out and knock your false teeth out your fucking head. Yeah, this is crazy.
Like, his current wife brings him there. Like, that's their morning routine. Like, they go to Dunkin' Donuts because that's what old people do. They go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a coffee, and then they go there, right? My question is this. Tell me you're not, like, does she not realize that, like, this dude is not over this woman? Like, 48 years later? Like, yo, to hold a grudge like that, yo, you are not over that person. For whatever reason. No. That's just bizarre, man. Like, that feels like serious mental illness or like obsessive compulsive behavior.
Yeah, that's like, crazy. And again, like, that's your mother's gravestone. Like, and you're just taping him doing it.
Nah.
How is he not able to? How can they not arrest him for that? Isn't that desecration of it? That's not a crime.
Yeah, isn't that like a sex crime? Like, you can't pee in public.
You can't pee in public. No, they put your ass on the sex offenders list for that shit. It's New Jersey. So I think people just piss outside all the time.
So what the fuck is these niggas talking about that they can't do anything? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
I mean, there's plenty that can be done. They just don't. They just choose not to do it.
Yeah, they don't want to do it.
Right. I'm like, no, I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth out.
No, I would fight that dude, yo. Like, if I found out someone was pissing on my mom's grave, yeah, yo, you getting an ass whooping. Like, you getting a serious ass whooping, like 1 or 2 mornings in a row.
How old you are? That was 58 years ago. I don't know how old he was when he met her. He's at least 60. Yeah. He's at least 60 plus. Yeah. He don't look like he can fight from this video. So, you know.
you about to get tossed up. No, and look, you beat him up, and then you treat him like a dog. You rub his face in it. That's what you do. Right? Like, good morning. Like, No, that's
see, but that's what happens, right? That's what happens when you treat dogs like that. Like, you rub their face in shit, and then they turn around and shit in your mouth.
Yeah, that woman was trying to eat that dog shit. Like, that's a fact. She just wasn't expecting diarrhea.
Trying to toss that dog salad. Yo. Like,
that's fucking disgusting. Does this nigga have a belt chain on? How old is this nigga? I just looked at the video. How old is this dude?
Terrence really wants to beat up an old man with a belt chain.
I do.
I want to beat up an old
wallet.
man.
He's got a belt wallet and Jenko jeans on. Those jeans are a little too wide for his age.
Dragging on the piss-covered ground. Good job.
Yeah, he looks like Steve Buscemi. Like, hello, fellow kids. I too am here to piss on a grave. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, you got to beat that guy up. It's 100%. My story is disgusting. World's heaviest cockroach is rescued after being tangled in grass when rainfall flooded its burrow. No, don't rescue it.
Cockroaches?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let it
cockroaches
die.
Are worthless. Like, they don't do anything.
No, they do not. They just survive.
Help the ecosystem. They just survive nuclear explosions and shit.
That's it.
No.
The species can weigh up to 35 grams or 1.225 ounces. No, it's Queensland. Is that like Australia or whatever?
Yeah, it's Australia.
Like New Zealand, Australia, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Giant fucking evil animals. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No. Disgusting.
Yo, why haven't they set a Fallout in Australia?
It feels ripe for that, right?
Yeah.
Because Fallout
I feel like
is just full of giant irradiated bugs, yo. Like, just giant.
They don't even need to irradiate them. They're already huge. What the fuck?
Maybe that's why. Because they'll be like kaiju size if you set it in Australia.
Right.
Ugh.
Nah, I don't care for this. That. No. I didn't grow up with cockroaches.
No, I'm not even clicking that story.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with cockroaches, and I don't need that shit in my life right now.
The fuck are you saving them for? Like, what do they do? Let me Google that. What do cockroaches do?
Nothing.
Because
I want to know.
Zero.
Yeah, because it's not like they eat other insects, right?
Right, and they're not like spiders or something. Trailers this week. I only have one. The Last of Us official trailer. You guys both played The Last of Us. I've never played it.
No, I have not.
You've never played it. Okay, so isn't the premise like there's like these zombies they call clickers, right? Is that the thing? And the game is mostly about just like surviving against other like shitty people in this post-apocalyptic world, right? Is that mostly?
Yeah, it's The Walking Dead. It's The Walking Dead. Okay. There's a virus. There's it's not really about the monsters, right? Like it's about the people trying to survive in this post-apocalyptic world. And then the clickers are just like a while some seasoning thrown in.
Okay.
Look, The Last of Us, it was a good game. It was slightly overrated, right? It's polished to perfection, but the gameplay itself is like fine, right? I never played The Last of Us 2 just because I think The Last of Us was a little up its own ass, and I think The Last of Us 2 is a little up its own ass. This looks like The Last of Us. It looks like The Last of Us Part 1. I think it's got the same story also, which, I mean, okay. It looks good. It's from the guys that did Chernobyl, which I'm told is very good.
Very good.
Yeah, it was extremely good.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to watch this though. I've been kind of overexposed with The Last of Us for me is kind of like how The Rock is for you. Just kind of like you like it, like you like The Rock, but like
I feel you,
like
brother.
everything is just obnoxious, right? Like it's just kind of obnoxious.
Our movie's gonna last generations. No, it's not. Shut up.
I mean, like with the advancements of digital film technology, I mean, technically, yes, like it could be around for generations.
You won't be able to stream it anywhere like Dogboat, but it'll be around.
Yeah, I'm not terribly excited for this. I'm just kind of Last of Us out. Like
That's right.
It's just, and it's another post-apocalyptic zombie movie where, we are the actual Walking Dead, right? Like
Is anybody going to lose an arm in this? I've been waiting for 12 seasons. Just cut off the damn arm. One of these characters.
No, but if it follows the plot of the game, Joel is going to make a very selfish decision at the end of it, which I think that's what did it also. Like Joel made a very selfish decision to kind of
I know
let humanity continue to suffer through this because he didn't want his surrogate daughter to die. Like I get it, like I don't want people to die, but like this little girl was willing to sacrifice her life to be the thing that an antidote is created from to save humanity. And this dude is just like, nah, we're not going to do that though. And I didn't.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm never touching this again. So if it follows the same plot as the game, fuck this damn show. But if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it.
They're very, very positive. So it's starring the Mandalorian and Lady Mormont from Game of Thrones. All right, cool.
Well, that's good.
Also, that girl doesn't look like Ellie. Like she's
not even remotely.
No.
Right, she's got a weird face for Ellie. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah, but that she was good in Game of Thrones, so that's probably why she got the role. So we'll see. Maybe she's pretty good in this. I don't have a release date for this just yet, so I'm sure it'll be coming soon. My guess is early part of next year. Okay.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah. So my guess is Game of Thrones ends right around close to the end of the year, or actually probably actually pretty soon.
We're already halfway through.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's probably only 10.
We got 3 episodes left.
Yeah, is it only 9?
It's only like 10 episodes, and we've watched 6, right?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 left. So yeah, I don't know. What's the other big show that's on HBO right now? Anything new coming out?
What Industry's on?
No, but that's complete, right? Like season 2 of that's already done. I hear that show's really good, by the way. I've been watching it. So, yeah, I'm sure they're going to probably have another big show because that's how they normally do it. They do like one big show at a time. Another big show to get you through the end of the year, and then probably Last of Us will be sometime soon after that. So, all right. So there you go. I haven't seen interestingly enough, I haven't seen people going too crazy about the Last of Us trailer. Like most people are just like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I think maybe
I'm sure video game
probably because everyone's fucking tired of The Last of Us. So they did The Last of Us like 4 times in 5 years.
Yeah, because they did like remakes or something, right?
Yeah,
they did The Last of Us. Then they did The Last of Us Remastered. Then they did The Last of Us 2. And then they did The Last of Us 1 again, but with 2's technology.
Oh, see, that's obnoxious. That's obnoxious.
Yes,
there's a lot
it is. It really is, yo. And they charge $70 for it, yo. $70. $70 to play a game $70 to play a game that you played twice before. Like, all right.
Nah, but this got new graphics though.
Yeah, do that shit for a game that came out 30 years ago. Not for a game that came out 6 years ago.
Right. Do that shit. It made sense for Final Fantasy VII, not fucking The Last of Us. You go, what the fuck?
Yeah, that makes no sense at all. All right. That's it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
Take it easy.